this is an interesting one. I know that you've talked about importing playlists from the rockband.com website. Is that exportable like via USB key, so you can take it to a bar and like import that, or do you have to be online to download it?
Excellent question.
So the way that works is that you can enter your playlist on rockband.com, and if you're linked to your account is linked, your web account is linked to the game. You know, when next time you go in the game online, you'll see your set list. We don't have a USB key support, anything like that right now, but it's all online oriented. So as long as
once you pull that list down, you can then save it locally on your console, right?
Right, you can save it locally, although that's a bit of a, like, normally what you do is you see them online through Roxanne.
Right, no, yes, totally. I think you were just talking about if you, like, propped it.
Yeah, you like set up a playlist and then go to a bar, stick the thumb drive.
Oh, so no,
there's
you
your,
can't do that.
There's your playlist.
Yeah. Any save set list will persist in an offline context. So if you just made
so
one,
you do it like beforehand.
Right. So if you're running the bar night, and you can make the playlist and save it. If you're going to someone else's bar night and you want to just like bring your playlist and drop it in, that's not going to work.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. Also, avatars, is that exportable in the same way, where for like your particular character you'd create?
Someone asked this question the other day, and literally no one on our team had any idea.
So the way that would work is if you have a profile on like a USB stick and you put your save file on that memory stick, you can take that with you and use your characters from that stick. Okay. But there's nothing where you can like export it separately, just because you deal with merging things and it's a little messy.
So you guys get to load you can't go over to your friend's house without just load your character to their save game. You need to load your save game to your character, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you can load your save independent of the other person's saves.
If you can do that, could you also then carry over the playlist as part of that? Wouldn't that work? Because it's the same profile, right? It's tied to the profile.
It's probably easier just to be friends with that person, because then your set list will just...
Well, it's just the bar we have sucks.
You can just send them the set list.
We're stuck offline at the bar. We can't go online at the bar to get the stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, if you bring the save with you, you'll have everything with your save, so you'll be able to bring the set list with you.
We just solved a problem that I don't think we expected to solve.
You as always, superior excellence.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
A quick question for you guys. How's that Mustang doing?
Quick follow-up question. Is the Mustang still here? Also, third follow-up question. Did you just give the Mustang and walk away? I put a lot of faith in this crowd. I mean, I love people at PAX, and I don't think anyone's going to fuck with us, but like, that is a terrible decision you just made. Jesus.
The Squire's still on stage.
Thank God. No, it's not. Yes. We'll break it out afterwards, and we'll hang out and show it to you guys. And we'll have it at the booth too. We won't be playing it, but we'll be holding it. You can hold a guitar, and it feels like a fucking guitar.
It's like holding a guitar.
Yeah, it's just like holding a guitar. But it's one of 3 that works in the game. So, all right. You had a question, sir?
Yeah, actually, my question actually is about the Squire.
Okay.
We're looking forward to it. Do you happen to know information about the release date and price, or can you tell us when we'll get that information?
I know all of those answers, and I'm going to tell you none of it. No, this is going to sound like a spinning answer, but it's not. We have no idea. It's technically not our product. Technically Fender's product, and we actually have meetings on Wednesday in Boston about this. So we'll know more Wednesday. We won't be announcing it Wednesday. The hope is that it's not going to come out at launch. The hope is that it will come out. The hope is that it'll come out before the end of the year, but it may spill over a little bit. We're working with Fender right now, trying to bring it as close as possible. The real thing for us, just like all of our products, is we've had some experience making hardware fast, and we would much rather make hardware right. We may have, right? Warranty programs aren't great, but if we can avoid using them, that's even better. And so with an expensive product like the Squire, we want to make sure we really get the tooling down. Fender's an unbelievable partner to pull all this stuff off. And our hardware guys and the guys at Fender have been hard at work in China and in Indonesia in these plants where they're like the only dudes there, who know each other, and they're just busting ass in these amazing prototype guitars.
Fender's made a few guitars before.
They've made some guitars before, yeah. In the world of
this
people,
is their first rodeo.
Right. Well, maybe if we go to a rodeo, maybe their first rodeo, but it's not their first guitar manufacturer. Rock Band Rodeo. No, just leak the sequel. But the short answer to your question is we don't really know, and the pricing, it's based on I think a Squire bullet body. So you can just sort of benchmark, it will not be cheaper than the guitar, but it does not have all the technology built into it. But we're trying to keep it as close to that price as possible. I know that speaking with Fender, they've been very aggressive about wanting to get this guitar in the hands of people and make them, lifelong passionate guitar fans who want to play guitar and learn about guitar and do more with it. So they're trying to keep it as cheap as possible. We're really not going to try to gouge people and make profit off of the instrument, and that's what DLC is for.
I have a couple of questions. The first I have is, I don't play instruments well,
Okay.
but Rock Band's fun,
Oh, cool.
and I enjoy it. So my question is for those that are idiots and don't know how to play instruments like myself, what kind of training modes can we count on? The first thing that we thought on was pro. Yeah, you're smiling. That's
I'm
good.
excited.
Was pro guitar and pro keyboards was, oh sweet, am I going to be able to use this game to learn how to play these instruments?
Yes.
Well, we've also been subtly training you for the last 3 years
Hey,
over the course of Rock Band.
you made me learn?
Like a sleeper agent. You don't know, but you work for us.
Totally inception.
Russian roulette, Russian roulette. That didn't work. You guys want to talk about trainers a little bit? That was his action phrase, yeah.
Yeah, trainers. We have like pretty substantial trainers in there for pro guitar, which also covers pro bass, but pro keys, pro drums. That start you off on like really simple things like single notes and like the basic fret, like kind of stuff that would hit in that terrible video we showed earlier. All the way up to like really complex chords and like mixing complex chords with single notes and dealing with fast runs. So it's the kind of thing where if you want to learn how to play like a pro guitar, you can go through all those lessons, and that will set you up in a pretty decent space. You probably want to go to a teacher to like learn like technique and things like that on top of that. Like we give you hints, but we can't enforce that your hand is holding down a fret correctly. But if you want to go through and learn how to, like basics of playing guitar, you can go through and do that in RB3.
And what Daniel was saying last time we talked about was just that like we're not aspiring to make everyone Randy Rhoads. I mean, we don't think that you're gonna like through the trainers of our game, somebody be able to like invent your own finger tapping solos and be a master guitarist. But Rock Band 3's trainers will, so you can play just on easy or medium and have fun in the game, and even on pro. Like easy on pro is like it's like medium or hard on regular keys. It's still pretty accessible. You can get into it. It's not the end of the world. But if you want to be like a good like campfire guitarist, like you'll walk away from the trainers knowing general orientation of the instrument, how to play chords, sort of like what things sound like and feel like, and you're always playing with a band, which is my favorite thing about the trainers, is that you're not, like when I learned guitar, I sat in my room and I played scales by myself, and it sounded like shit for 2 years, and I like slugged through it. I think that's why most people give up, is because it's like, oh, playing my pentatonic scale by myself sounds terrible, and I'm discouraged and I want to give up. In our game, it's like you play one open string, it's like a huge metal chorus comes in, and I am awesome! And you miss a note, it's like, I don't even fucking care that I missed that note, I'm just gonna keep going, because there's like an awesome, and then, this is also my favorite part of the process of making Rock Band 3 was, and I didn't make, I mean, they are the ones who like designed the game, but being in the office for the making of Rock Band 3 was watching Jeff Allen, our audio lead, when they were recording all the music for the trainers. It's the first time our audio guys have been like released to create original music for our game, like for all these sort of looping sections that you play along with. I would just like look out the window and Jeff would be like running down the hallway with like a banjo and a mandolin. Hey Jeff, what you doing, buddy? We're doing a bluegrass one for the C major chord. It's gonna be awesome. Okay. And they were all so happy. The next day they'd be hearing like, a giant like marching band bass drum and be like, what is going on in audio? So there's some really cool music there, and I think we'll be talking more about that next week.
And let me say, as someone who actually doesn't play guitar, I actually have been playing through the pro guitar training ramp. It's just a really, really satisfying experience of learning, but not overwhelming. I know you guys saw the, how the charting looks for pro guitar earlier. You have the notes with the numbers and so on and so forth. It's very different, but it's like you'll have to play it to understand. It's like really how it works is that we start you off with some really basic exercises, which is composed by our team, and the sorts of like banjo and mandolin stuff that we saw that John just talked about. So that's like original like little exercises that you do, and what they end up doing is they give you a good starting point to then jump into what we call our integrated trainers for each song. Now, I believe all the songs in the game that have pro guitar also have trainers,
and all the songs have pro guitar except for Imagine.
Right, exactly. And so each trainer is like it cuts up the little critical sections that are like necessary to learn the